I want to try and understand something you mentioned very briefly, which is the strategic importance of not just the equity stake, but the partnership on technology, and not just for NVIDIA, but for America. Why are you moving into this domain?
We announced a brand new platform for a new market we've never been in. And so that's number one. If we take advantage of this transition from general purpose computing to accelerated computing, from old types of software to AI, we can take advantage of this transition of AI and 6G for America to win back telecommunications.
For decades, the world's communication networks were built by giants, names like AT&T, Ericsson, and Nokia. But somewhere along the way, America lost its edge. The backbone of global telecommunications drifted toward foreign suppliers, and innovation slowed to a crawl. Until now. Because Jensen Huang just announced something that could completely flip the balance of power, not just in tech, but in geopolitics. NVIDIA is teaming up with Nokia to rebuild the world's telecom infrastructure using AI, accelerated computing, and 6G technology. And this move could change everything. At NVIDIA's GTC event, Jensen Huang revealed a partnership that no one saw coming. A collaboration that fuses NVIDIA's AI supercomputing with Nokia's global telecommunications reach. He said, "For the first time, America can build telecommunications networks on American technology." That statement hit hard, because what Huang is describing isn't just another upgrade in wireless speed. It's a return to technological sovereignty. For decades, America's communications hardware has been powered by non-US companies. Now, for the first time in years, an American-led alliance could bring that dominance home. Here's the vision. Combine NVIDIA's accelerated computing with Nokia's air-scale base stations, which power millions of cell towers around the world. That means NVIDIA's AI systems will be embedded directly inside global telecom networks. If that sounds small, think again. It's like installing a supercomputer in every cell tower on Earth, capable of processing real-time AI tasks at the speed of light. This changes the game completely. I won't just run in data centers anymore, it will run inside the network itself.
And it's been a long time since the American telecommunication network has been built on American technology.
Fairly profound happened this year, actually. You look, in the beginning of the year, everybody has some attitude about AI. That attitude is generally, this is going to be big.
National security, I believe.
For national security reasons, for economic reasons, our industry should be built on American technology, and for the very first time, we can do that. We have a brand new product line.
It's going to be the future, and somehow, a few months ago, it kicked into turbocharge. And the reason for that is several things. The first,
that takes advantage of computing, accelerated computing, and AI, and we have a great partner to help us do it with, Nokia.
Is that we, in the last couple of years, have figured out how to make AI much, much smarter. Rather than just pre-training.
The market reaction kind of speaks for itself. There was a time when Nokia was already looking to America. You've been in the role since April.
Pre-training basically says, let's take all of the information that humans have ever created, let's give it to the AI to learn from.
But may I start by asking you what role the administration played in bringing you both together, if this is indeed a strategic priority?
It's essentially memorization and generalization. It's not unlike going to school back when we were kids.
I don't think there was anything specific that the administration did, other than they've created the environment to support innovation. I mean, Jensen's talked about manufacturing.
The first stage of learning. Pre-training was never meant, just as preschool was never meant to be the end of education.
Innovation and technology leadership. And if you think about where this world is going and all those incredible devices that are going to be built on NVIDIA platforms.
Pre-training, preschool, was simply teaching you the basic skills of intelligence so that you can understand how to learn everything else.
Robotics, autonomous vehicles, augmented reality, virtual reality. We need a different kind of network in the future, and that's what we realized.
Without vocabulary, without understanding of language and how to communicate, how to think, it's impossible to learn everything else.
And that's why we wanted to forge this partnership, so that we're building a network leveraging AI for AI services.
The next is post-training. Post-training, after pre-training, is teaching you skills. Skills to solve problems, break down problems.
And that's really the big change here.
And the technology is flowing both ways. I mean, what is it that you will be able to do with Nokia, Jensen, that you weren't able to do on your own?
Reason about it, how to solve math problems, how to code, how to think about these problems step by step.
Nokia's CEO described it simply. We're building a network that leverages AI for air services. In plain terms, that means AI will optimize everything, from how your phone connects to a tower, to how autonomous vehicles communicate on the road, to how robots in factories synchronize with precision. This is AI-driven 6G, and it's the infrastructure of the next industrial revolution. For NVIDIA, this is strategic brilliance. They're no longer just the chip supplier for AI labs. They're embedding their hardware into the nervous system of the world's communication grid. But there's a deeper layer to this move. Huang said this partnership could allow America to win back telecommunications again. That's not just business talk, that's national security. Because for years, companies like Huawei dominated the global 5G rollout, giving China control over much of the network backbone. This NVIDIA-Nokia alliance represents the counter-strike. It's an effort to make sure the next era of wireless, 6G and beyond, is built on Western technology, protected from foreign surveillance and influence. The partnership isn't just symbolic. NVIDIA isn't just collaborating. It's investing directly in Nokia, taking nearly a 3% equity stake in the company Jensen called it, an investment in the future we're building together. That's a bold move. Not just a handshake, but a declaration that NVIDIA wants skin in the game. It signals confidence that Nokia's AI transformation is about to pay off big. And the market agrees. Since the announcement, Nokia's stock has jumped, signaling that investors see this as a long-term realignment of the telecom landscape. Here's what makes this partnership different from the old model of telecom innovation.
Well, first of all, Nokia is in all of the world's base stations. And this air-scale platform of Nokia is in millions of base stations around the world.
Use first principle reasoning. And then after that is where computation really kicks in.
If our computers are not inside that base station, it doesn't help. It's no different than NVIDIA's tech computing platform's not inside a car, it doesn't help. The first thing is we need a partner to get us into the world's space stations. We also, remember, we're bringing AI to radio network.
But ever since, I've learned more, thought about more, and the reason for that is because we're constantly grounding ourselves in new knowledge.
AI to RAM, so that we can make wireless tech communications a lot more efficient. Second, we're bringing AI for the radio. On top of these radio networks and these telecommunication network, we're going to be able to provide AI services.
We're constantly doing research, and we're constantly thinking. Thinking is really what intelligence is all about.
Which is going to be able to make it easier for us to do robotics and autonomous vehicles and industrial automation and reach all of the different places around the world. That's kind of hard to do with Wi-Fi.
Now we have three fundamental technology skills. We have these three technology, pre-training, which still requires enormous amount of computation.
Cellular reads everything. And so we now have this fabric that we can deploy AI computing services on top of it. It's going to be completely revolutionary.
We now have post-training, which uses even more computation, and now thinking puts incredible amounts of computation load.
In your world and in your market, Huawei is an influential player, not just in Europe, I think also about the Middle East and Africa. How important is the relationship with NVIDIA to be able to counter, what Huawei does in those markets?
Look, I think for us, one of the principles I've had with my team since coming in has been do what we can do that no one else can do, and that is air scale.
On the infrastructure, because it's thinking on our behalf for every single human. The amount of computation necessary for AI to think, inference, is really quite extraordinary.
What we do with AnyRAN software, the software that runs on it, that we're going to be putting on the NVIDIA ARC platform, that do what we can do well and partner with the best everywhere else.
Now, I used to hear people say that inference is easy. NVIDIA should do training. NVIDIA's going to do, they're really good at this, so they're going to do training. That inference was easy.
And this is a clear opportunity to partner with the best. And by the way, that's where America and the Western world succeeds.
How could thinking be easy? Regurgitating memorized content is easy. regurgitating the multiplication table is easy.
Because we don't necessarily have one company doing everything like Huawei. We succeed because we partner aggressively.
Traditionally, upgrades, like 4G to 5G, required massive physical overhauls, new towers, new hardware, new chips. But NVIDIA's platform changes the entire equation. Instead of ripping out equipment, updates will happen through software. NVIDIA's Q to AI stack allows new capabilities to be deployed like an app update, instantly. That means if standards evolve, if protocols shift, or if entirely new AI systems emerge, networks can adapt overnight. The slow, expensive, decades-long upgrade cycles of telecom are gone. We're moving towards software-defined infrastructure, intelligent, flexible, and constantly evolving. This is exactly why Nokia's leadership called it a partnership with the best. They know their strength lies in global reach. Millions of base stations across 100+ countries, but they also know the future belongs to those who master AI. By embedding NVIDIA's accelerated computing directly into their AirScale systems, they're transforming those towers into AI-ready infrastructure. Together, they can deliver AI-powered services directly through the network, from edge robotics to connected cars to industrial automation. In Jensen's words, we're bringing AI to radio networks. That means the very airwaves that carry your data could soon carry AI processing power. It's also a signal to the rest of the world. For Europe, it's a lifeline. For the United States, it's a reclamation of leadership. And for companies like Huawei, it's a warning shot. Because Nokia and NVIDIA aren't just matching China's scale. They're creating something smarter, faster, and harder to replicate. By leveraging NVIDIA's accelerated computing and Nokia's software-driven 6G framework, they're setting the standard for global communication in the AI era.
If you watch GTT today, it was hard to not find it obvious that you're partnering with everybody. But that's the advantage, is this partnership.
Thinking is hard, which is the reason why these three scales, these three new scaling laws, which is all of it in full steam.
We let NVIDIA do what they do best, and ultimately our customers win, and ultimately for America, I think America will win because there'll be more innovation faster.
Telecommunications better than Nokia. They've been at it for a long time. They're all over the world. And between our two partnerships, we now have wireless telecommunications, AI, and we have accelerated computing, all in this partnership. And so all of that capability is going to be brought to bear for the next generation of 6G. I think that's the capabilities we bring together in this partnership is quite unique and formidable.
Has put so much pressure on the amount of computation. Now, another thing has happened. From these three scaling laws, we get smarter models.
Why was it important, Jensen, that NVIDIA ends up with almost 3% of Nokia? What was the rationale behind that?
The work that we're doing is so intensive.
And these smarter models need more compute. But when you get smarter models, you get more intelligence. People use it as, if anything happens, I want to be the first one out. Guys, the smarter your models are, the more people use it. It's now more grounded. It's able to reason.
And quite frankly, I was so optimistic about it and so excited about it. We wanted to invest in Nokia so that we could be part, of this incredible success that we're creating together. And I got to tell you, that move was pretty genius, wouldn't you say?
Problems it never learned how to solve before because it could do research. Go learn about it, come back, break it down, reason about how to answer your question.
Not for me to comment on. What I'd observe is, a 25% jump in the ADRs. What does that signal to you? I've known to be about speed. Is it that they're giving you a technology that you wouldn't otherwise have, or have you now a way of just moving faster?
There's no way we're going to have NVIDIA's technology and accelerated computing. I mean, the CUDA software stack, all of the capabilities, even the fundamentals of what's in Aerial, the software.
How to solve your problem and go off and solve it. The amount of thinking is making the models more intelligent. The more intelligent it is, the more people use it. Computation is necessary. But here's what happened. This last year, the AI industry turned a corner.
That NVIDIA has built is an accelerator for us. And then it's about speed, because now we can innovate much faster. And for us, it's that shift into adding value in software, and like a software company, or really not like a software company, like an application company that's going to use AI and AI models to continue to innovate and move faster.
Meaning that the AI models are now smart enough, they're worthy to pay for it.
This is no longer about speed or coverage. It's about intelligence. Now, the timeline for this transformation is surprisingly fast. Trials are already underway, with early customer tests beginning next year and full commercial deployment expected by 2027. That's less than 2 years from now. And because the system is modular, every existing Nokia base station could potentially be upgraded to handle AI workloads. No new towers. No new network. Just a software upgrade. That kind of scalability is unheard of in telecom. And it's exactly the kind of speed the industry needs to break out of its stagnation. But this isn't just about technology. It's also about politics. Jensen Huang made it clear. Technology has become the single most important lever in geopolitics. He said, "It's our national treasure. It's what will make America great again." That statement captures what this alliance truly represents. Not just innovation, but strategy. By aligning with Nokia, an ally in Europe, NVIDIA ensures that America and its partners retain control over the infrastructure that will power AI, defense, and digital economies for the next century. And that's something no single company or nation can afford to ignore. Still, there's another angle that makes this partnership even more powerful. Speed. Nokia's CEO said it bluntly. This deal lets them innovate faster than ever before. Instead of designing chips from scratch, they'll use NVIDIA's accelerated computing to simulate, test, and deploy new network technologies in real time. The collaboration turns Nokia from a hardware manufacturer into a software-first AI company. One capable of delivering updates, models, and AI services as fast as the industry demands them. And while the partnership was announced with technical jargon and quiet confidence, the implications are massive. This is the first step toward a world where every wireless network is an AI network, where 6G isn't just about connection, it's about cognition. Every base station, every antenna, every signal becomes part of a living, thinking infrastructure. That's the true meaning behind NVIDIA and Nokia's alliance. It's not just about 6G. It's about fusing intelligence into the world's communication systems. So while Elon Musk focuses on satellites and global internet coverage, Jensen Huang is doing something more strategic, building the infrastructure that all AI will eventually run on. And this time, he's not doing it alone. Because when NVIDIA's computing meets Nokia's networks, the result isn't just innovation, it's transformation. End. Cinematic outro line. This is the story of NVIDIA and Nokia's powerful AI alliance, and how it could redefine the future of connectivity, technology, and the global balance of power.
That this is the kind of innovation that this industry has needed. Look, this industry has a history. 3G, we were building better voice networks when the internet was getting started. 4G, 5G, we were building data networks behind where the market was. And today, 5G, when you look at it globally, is still only partially deployed. And in order to innovate, you've got to move much faster, and we need to enable our customers to have different and better technology.
And with this partnership, all of us, speaking of speed, it's going to go to Rubin, it's going to go Feynman, and it's going to go on a clip that basically is at the speed of light. And
I've got to ask you to clarify something, Jensen. You showed a $500 billion over what I think illustrated 6 financial quarters, but 20 million Blackwell.
5 financial quarters.
5 financial quarters. Because it seemed to be technically above consensus, right? But you seem to be suggesting that there is near term actually an acceleration beyond what you were expecting.
All of that is only data center. Today we announced several new platforms. The NVIDIA Drive Hyperion platform, our ARC platform, our Quantum platform.
No networking.
No networking whatsoever. Well, that's data centers, so networking, NVIDIA networking for data centers, but not wireless networking, not wireless telecommunications.
Going already, you can see a demo actually at the booth here in GTC. You'll also see customer trials early next year. And then we think in full commercial. Great thing about the partnership with Jensen is I know he'll be pushing me to go faster, and I'll be pushing his team to go faster, and together that means that we can get to market.
It's compatible with AirScale.
Right.
And all of those millions of base stations could be upgraded to 6G and AI.
There's a lot of skepticism
incredible.
on 6G though, right? It's just a simple yes or no question, really. Is the 6G timeline accelerated because of this partnership?
I think it is, because what you can actually do now is, exactly to what Jensen said, you can deploy with ARC, and then if something happens or the standard evolves or it'll just be a software model update that we deploy in applications. It's a completely different model than what we're used to back in the days of deploying these complex integrated low-purpose accelerated computing, and that's why we think it's so compelling.
If the standards change, you got to go fix a chip. If the standards change, you're Jensen, I just upgrade the software.
Jensen, you are traveling onwards now to Asia. I don't know what your schedule is for the jet, and I don't know if you and the president will be at the same place at the same time. It is that you're here in Washington, D.C. We're a few blocks from the White House. You called it the AI Super Bowl, others called it that too, but everyone is inferring from this.
To do what's right for America, and I'm certain he's going to go do that. The reason why we're here is because technology is now so important in politics and geopolitics. It's important for us to make sure that Washington, D.C. and the policymakers and all of the people who serve our country to make it great as it stands today and where we're going to go and the companies that matter to us so that we can make America great. And so that was the primary reason. Whenever there's an opportunity to see the president, I always love that. He's incredibly engaging. He's always learning, and he wants to help America win.